Okay, good morning everybody. It's Wednesday and today year 3 we're going to have a go at drawing again. Practicing our drawing skills with Mrs Lynch. So, just the same as Monday and Tuesday, all you need is a pen or a pencil, some paper. On Monday we practiced our different types of line, vertical, horizontal, diagonal and zigzag, and the curved one. And then yesterday we had a drawing with perspective, so we looked at objects that are near and far away and how that disappears into the horizon. And today we're going to have another go at using our lines to draw landscapes. So, for the start of this one, what I want you to do is a really light, not thick, light lines going across your page. So it doesn't matter if you have your paper this way or that way or what the size of your paper, but going from left to right, you're going to do some faint lines, and these are going to be a part of your landscape. So lots of famous artists draw landscapes. Today I'm going to show you some mountains with a forest in front and a river. And these are my landscape lines to help us build that picture. So I'm just holding the pencil actually, don't know if you noticed, further down, and then the line is lighter so I can use that. So at the bottom here is going to be the closest point. So like yesterday we did the perspective drawing. The closest thing that we're going to be able to see here at the bottom, the nearer part, is going to be the river. So underneath that first line, I'm just going to add some curved line detail for the river. So the line's got curved like this to show the water moving along down the river. There we go, so we've got our first lines there. I don't know how clear that one is, let's just make that a little bit thicker or darker. There we go. Now at the first line that we drew here, we're going to do the side of the river edge. So along the edge there might be some rocks and stones, so you can do some circle shapes, and there might be a couple of flowers or plants growing out there. So all the way along I'm just going to do a couple of different size circles for my stones. You might even do a different shape, bit of diagonal lines there to show the river's edge. Another plant. And remember, if you want to pause, rewind, you don't need to do it as fast. Just take your time with it. So there I've got my detailed river edge. And the water, which is the closest. Then we're up to the next line here. We're going to do some grass going all the way along, but not on the line, just here. So your grass can be rough spikes curving up like this, and the idea is we're just layering the different things that we can see in our landscape. So we've got the river, the river's edge, and now some grass. And before we do our mountains, which we'll see up here because they're the highest, we're going to do a forest. So I'm going to start off with some vertical lines, and they don't all have to be in line with each other, some can be a bit higher. And these are just going to fill all the way along. Some are closer, some are further away. So they're the trunks of the trees, and then you can mix it up with either curved lines for the leaves going round, or you could do diagonal lines for the trees. They don't have to all be the same. So I'm just going to do my curved lines all the way along. Do another diagonal. Another diagonal. And some more curved lines. So now that I've done those ones, we want to make it look like a forest, and there are still some gaps here between the trees. So what I'm going to do is almost make it look like the trees behind it. So curve my lines in between, and then we might see the trunk come in between the tree there. So try and fill in those gaps with some more leaves that you can't see the whole of them, and the trunks at the bottom. Just makes it a much fuller forest. Might even be a triangle one in there with the diagonal lines. Some of them you might not even see the full trunk or the full leaves. You might only see one part of it. So just hold your page steady whilst you fill in all these gaps where the forest gets a bit thicker. You might even do a small so that's looking much more full now for our forest. Yep. In the grass there, you might even have some small bushes after the grass. You might go along. We're just building the layers of that picture. So we've got our river, our river's edge, the grass, our forest, and now we're going to do what we can see in the background here for this line, our mountains. Now the mountains are higher than the trees, but they're further away, so we don't want them too big. But we can see them over the top of the trees. So we're just going to do some zigzag lines, diagonals going all the way up, down, up. Some might be smaller. And then you can add some detailed snow on the top. So that's our mountains in the background. And the final thing that we're going to do right at the top here, similar to what we did yesterday, is the sunshine, maybe a cloud in front, and some more clouds in the sky. And there we go. If you want to, you can colour your picture in. And that's it. Have a try, and I can't wait to see the pictures.